Zoom updates.
Yes.
Let's see who is joining us today, Patrick. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
Happy New Day to you.
Thank you. Here we go.
Here we go. Hello and welcome, dear friends. If you're watching us live on LinkedIn, as we prepare to let our friends in the room, we are going to hear a few exciting stories today. Few exciting missions. Hello and welcome. Hello, Tanya.
Hi there. How are you guys?
We are doing
Awesome.
really well. Yes. Antoine, great to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Very good. It's great to see you here. And the reason why we are gathered here is to share about each other's mission and to hear who is in our network. So the purpose of this meeting is to extend our networks. As we grow our networks, we had this idea, Patrick and I, that we would like to share our people with you. And you can see two of our people here on the call with us today. And what better way to celebrate and to grow together than to connect and share. And I think that you will agree that this platform, LinkedIn, is best for that kind of activity. It's also founded on friendships. So Anchored in Love has started first and foremost building relationships that are lasting, relationships that are based, deeply rooted in friendships. Because when we truly care about one another, that is when we can make most impact in someone's life. If they don't feel that we care for them, we have really minimal window of opportunity and look into someone's heart. So I know that we have some wonderful missions here before us, and we're going to forget the timer today because I think we have enough time to actually share a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go to you, Patrick, first, because you always like a guinea pig in this. You're going to tell us what is RIMPAGE and how is RIMPAGE changing the world?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
RIMPAGE is a global one-on-one basketball league, the first of its kind. So we are absolutely pioneering this, but it is so much needed as well because of how we've been doing basketball since it's been invented. We have leagues that fit the description, big league with small capacity. They only have so many teams, and those teams only have so many roster spots. And when all of those spots are filled, and it doesn't matter how good you are, there's literally no room for you there. And so RIMPAGE has unlimited capacity. There's no limit to the number of players who can join this league. And that alone is going to revolutionize the sport because we have a growing demand for basketball thanks to what's been happening in the sport over the past 20 years. It's gone global. And now there are so many children all over the world who grew up dreaming of giving great performances on a big stage. We're building that stage for them. And today I'd like to put special emphasis on the stories that are going to come out of this. We had the pleasure of talking to a couple of guys yesterday, and one of them is a 35-year-old guy who lives in Minnesota. His name is Tom, and his story is much like mine and my brother's, where he had this dream and he followed that dream through every weave and every turn over every mountain and valley, trying to get that opportunity. And you get to hear about the various experiences he's had, like he's in the United States, but if there was a pro tryout somewhere in another state, he would go there. If there was another opportunity to get seen overseas, or like in Canada, he went to Canada, and he's seeking this opportunity. He said he would shoot in the gym until the lights turned out, and the janitor would come in there and see him. And then certain schools would trespass him. They would put him off the property because they said, "You're not a student here." And he would come back a year later and try again. So we got to hear that story. up to this point, he has not yet had an opportunity. And his feeling is he's getting older, and so he feels that door of opportunity closing on him. So we talked to him, and he's so grateful for RIMPAGE. For that reason, we've opened that door for him again. So go from him to the next guy we talked to was Brady. Brady lives in North Carolina. Brady's only 15 years old, and he has the dream. And so we got to see in Tom where the path that lay before Brady if there's no RIMPAGE. And that was quite an experience. So we presented RIMPAGE to Brady so he could have a better understanding of it. And then I told him, you don't have to go the route that Tom went because there's a RIMPAGE now. And he was so grateful for that. So imagine all the stories that are going to come out of this if you multiply that worldwide across all the cultures on this planet. That's the power of RIMPAGE. It really is going to revolutionize sports in general, not just basketball, but how we do sports, how we handle the dreams that are in the hearts of these children.
Wow.
Yes, it very when you put it in personal examples like that, like I can see that no one here is unmoved by those stories, and especially as you put it, like they're on the opposite end of this. Brady is just beginning the journey, and his opportunity with RIMPAGE is real.
Yes.
Right, and Tom also has this window. Go ahead, Anton. You had something to add? You're muted, my friend.
Oh, yeah, I'm used. There I go. Yeah, no, I'll tell you why this excited. Patrick didn't say it. Actually, Brady is a young man that I train here, and I've been working with him for about 3 years. And to piggyback on Patrick's point, Brady has had let's just say coaches have missed the opportunity to allow Brady to compete for the last 3 years. And
it's already started.
Right. So he has lived the frustration that RIMPAGE is the issue that they're solving. So he's literally lived that for the last 3 years, and he's stayed persistent. And that's why with this opportunity presented itself, and he did message me last night, told me to talk with. He's really excited, and so I appreciate you sharing that. But
good.
Yeah. But he's a great young man and a phenomenal talent.
Yeah, we were so impressed with him.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Patrick, would you just tell us more about the network, who you would like to meet and who you can share with us?
Yes, we want to meet more Toms and more Bradys. guys on both ends of the spectrum. I told Tom after hearing his story that he's the guy we created RIMPAGE for. And that was so moving. Like I remember standing in my living room envisioning RIMPAGE for guys like him, and then I actually met him. So we want more Toms, we want more Bradys, we want basketball players, we want parents to know that there's an opportunity now. The door is wide open for their children. If you are a basketball coach or a basketball trainer, we not only would like to invite you to refer your players to us, but we also have a business opportunity for you where you can earn money, helping us expand the league. Fans of basketball, if you know anyone who loves watching basketball, we have some exciting players for them to watch. And then people in sports media, if you do photography, if you do video editing, or you can film, we're definitely interested in you. We have opportunities for you as well. And then as far as who we can introduce you to, it would be people in sports media. Also, quite a few people who do podcasts. If you're a sports enthusiast, we just met someone named Brian Snow, who I would love to recommend. Awesome guy, awesome vision. I asked him, tell me about your vision when it's fully realized, what would it look like? And he said very simply, ESPN only honest. so he's got some huge ambitions, and we want to get behind him. But Brian does sports podcasts. He also wants to be a podcast agent. So if you have a broadcast, he will help you get distribution.
That's a wonderful mention, and I will second that as well. And we'll see if we can get Brian on a call with us here as well, so he can tell us.
Yes.
But we would absolutely love to recommend him. Beautiful. Nicole, welcome. Glad to see you here. Really lovely. We will get to hear about your mission too. I love that. And thank you so much for sharing that, Patrick. Those stories are amazing. And I love seeing the impact that RIMPAGE is making. And I cannot wait to hear those stories worldwide, because for so many, that opportunity wasn't there, that we now have it with RIMPAGE. Tanya, are you ready to tell us about your mission?
Sure. My mission is to replace the overwhelm of conflicting priorities of human resource professionals with positive strength and growth and that ability to really make a difference. So I've kind of shifted a little. So I just want to have stories like Patrick just said. Yeah. And I'm going to make that part of my goal, because I want to reach out to HR professionals, whether they're generalists or whatever, because when you're starting out, you think, oh, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to help people. But then what happens? You get overrun with coming like an administrator, piles and piles of compliance and paperwork, and you just feel overwhelmed because you cannot reach those people that you want to. So I want to support them, give them little activities in that they can use, that they can go in and make their own workplace positive and the people around them. So that's my goal.
Brilliant. Tanya, who can we recommend to you besides HR people? Are they the only people you want in your network?
Well, right now I'm targeting, human resource people. But I can see this like for a small business owner who doesn't have, is starting to hire people. How can they make that environment enticing? I could also see people who have a new HR person that's just starting out and doesn't have all the experience they need. So I can see spreading out even to those type of people.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Is there
Thank
anyone
you.
in particular that you would want to recommend to us, that somebody we must meet? Does anyone come to mind?
Not right now, okay. But I'm just starting to get to know Patrick and you and Antoine. So, the more info and the more times I can get on here, I think it's going to help me be able to, find some people.
Brilliant. We love having you here. Such a good spirit. And I love your mission, because you are right there where people are connecting other people and finding that right match, which is so important. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Nicole, welcome. Lovely to see you here.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I am doing well. In fact, I am looking for some RIMPAGE swag.
Yes, I was just thinking that. I said we need.
I am feeling a little left out here, and so I need a link. I tried the one on Pinterest. I'm like, come on, I'm feeling left out here.
You're going to love this. We have new colors and new designs just in, so that's what we were waiting for. Something more smart up your street. So
okay, well, I'm ready for it. My kiddos are actually home today. Did you need something before I go? What's up?
Real life. I love these moments.
Yes.
Can you come back to me? Can Antoine go instead?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Antoine, what a wonderful moment to show how human we are and how real this is. This is how you make a difference, by being real and authentic. Antoine, I love your t-shirt.
Yes, sir.
You like that? Do you? Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a great segue into my my segment today, because I'm actually going to talk about something a little different today. I am a youth personal growth and development coach, but I'm also a basketball coach and been doing it for 38 years. And to Patrick's point, the young man he was speaking about, having him sign up and be a part of RIMPAGE is significant, because it marries with my mission, with my nonprofit, which is coaching and mentoring the leaders of tomorrow through the sport of basketball. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm really excited to share that I am now a promoter for RIMPAGE, and this is a huge undertaking. It's something that you only hope and dream that you get opportunity to truly spend your life doing what you love. And I get two things that I get to do. That's working with kids and then also coaching basketball and teaching basketball. So the opportunity to impact and enhance the lives of young people through the sport is really important, but also giving them an opportunity to forge their own futures through the sport, and understanding that it's not just about the sport, but it's also about their personal growth as young men and women, and how they're going to transcend into contributors to society as they get older. So this opportunity that RIMPAGE has offered me as a promoter is one that I don't take lightly, but also realize that it's going to give me even more of an opportunity to impact more people. So I'm excited about that opportunity. And the people in my network are obviously basketball players and coaches that I know as well. And then who I'm looking to connect with are other basketball organizations that are looking for opportunities to generate revenue for themselves and for their organizations. And also, I was supposed to also mention that Keith was unable to make it today and wanted me to pass along that he's sorry that he couldn't be here, but he'll be here next week.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yes, it's lovely to have our extended network. Pass along our gratitude to Keith for being part of this and for wanting to be here, because as we said before, connecting people is going to help all of our missions to create the impact in the world that we have as a potential. Potential is always there, but then how do we follow that through with actions and with actually being there, walking the walk? Nicole, welcome back.
As I said, my kids are home, but it was actually a perfect example of what I do. So my name's Nicole Werlecki. I'm from Park Ridge, Illinois. I do in-person and virtual training for families of teenagers. I'm a mother myself. I have my own teenagers, but what a perfect example of them, you know, valuing who I am and what I do, and them also having the etiquette to show me that they needed my attention. And so they did it respectfully. And so that's what I help families with, is that I help families improve their relationships with their teenagers. I help them figure out a way to get their kids out of their rooms, off their electronics, and really being a part of their family. Because if we can get our teenagers involved, not only in their families, but in their communities and in their own lives, then they believe it's a life worth living. And this is where I came from. So I was a police officer in my prior life before kids. I not only worked midnights on the street, so nobody called me to their house for a good reason. But then after I got injured at work, I went to work in the schools, and I really fell in love. I've been an aunt ever since I was 12. And I have great nephews and nieces now. And so this age group is really, this is like, I love this, right? They're wonderfully awkward. I love them. I cherish them. I see the value in each and every one of them. I even reached out to my own nieces and nephews, so they are having their own kids. And I said, hey guys, like, what is it? What do you see in me? And they're like, you just always saw us. You saw something in us, and you were able to speak to it so they could become successful in their own lives. And I mean, I have engineers as nieces and nephews. I have one who took off school for several years, and I supported her along the way and said, listen, take the time off, go back to school. And now she's in Masters of Nursing, you know? So these amazing people that I've been able to support, but also with my own family. And so you can see it, right? Like, I'm very active on social media. I literally live the life that I encourage others to live, because I look forward to waking up. I look forward to supporting my kids. I look forward to, like, I don't feel the stress and overwhelm of having teenagers. I remember growing up, my mom's like, oh, just wait till you have, you know, your own kids. You know, I wasn't the perfect teen, but I also used that experience to speak to kids who, you know, I come from a broken family. Meaning I had both my parents were married 3 times. And I've had my adversities, right? Health issues, death of my parents. I've had these issues. And then as growing up, we think, oh, it's going to be so much better when we grow up and we start to adult. That's not necessarily easy. And so sometimes it just people get heavy and they feel like when they have their teenagers, it's supposed to get difficult. But what if I told you it didn't have to? What if I told you that you can enjoy every moment with your kids, even if it's during those hard times, because you can be grateful that you're spending that time, good or bad, with your kids, and then it's all meant for your growth personally. I had my moment yesterday. It was a worthy opponent for myself. And my daughter and I afterwards looked at each other and were like, room for progress. Nobody's perfect. And we're not expecting perfection. So I'm really hitting the ground running here. I love this entire community. I love how we support each other. We're in fact being members of each other's community. In fact, considering being an affiliate of Antoine's program, because he's different than me. We speak differently. We look through different lenses. And I've worked with Katerina for years. And she has helped me personally. And I work currently with Tanya. And I've brought her along being like, listen, you've got to be a part of this community. And I'm telling you, you will find a place here. We are not meant to be better than each other, but we're here to work together. And I see myself, like even Patrick, you are so far from where I am with my life and my mission, but like I see you in my future. You're going to be sending me peanut butter cookies, and that's fine.
I was going to be receiving peanut butter cookies. But the lines.
Are these homemade peanut butter cookies?
Oh, yeah.
We are just in search of the best peanut butter cookies, whether you make them or not. Then they're coming my way.
I love
Nicole,
it.
you make me want to be a parent. Like if I were not a parent, I would want to be after what you did.
Yes, yes.
Like just hearing the fun and the challenge, those two together.
I mean, I surround myself by my children.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It's not about I do have pricey art, don't get me wrong, but like the one I surround myself with is the art of my kids, of the jewelry that my kids make me, of it becomes a part of me that because they support me and I support them. And it's all, Katerina has really helped me touch it, dig back into my creativity of myself, but it's also helped me with my kids, and I help other people do that. Even in Girl Scouts the other day, like just a simple breath work and creating a circle where we're all sharing the same breath, those things are so powerful. And you can do that with your own kids.
Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, you have just given me some ideas.
Me too. like you're parenting in such a way that you'll have no regrets later on. So many parents have regrets about how they lived with their children, and now the time has passed. Oh, it sounds
and some people feel like they don't have time, right? And I do get that. I am a working mother, but it's every moment of the running around I'm just grateful for. I'm finding gratitude in those moments. And even the car and the Ubering, right? Like I'm constantly in my car, but I value those times because those are golden. If you just zip your lip and listen in those moments, those are magic.
Absolutely magic. Yep. Only people who have not been a mom have not been a taxi driver, right? I've earned a bet as well. I don't know, will this ever end? But the rewards of actually being present in your children's life are immense. Having a relationship with them when they are grown up, and them wanting to be around you, and having serious conversations about life, and them confiding in you, and running all of their choices by you. This is it. You have to go through the stage that is a little bit awkward for them and for you as well, like Nicole is saying, and she is absolutely got her heart in the right place for both children and for parents. So I would absolutely warmly recommend that you work with her.
And you hit the nail on the head, Katerina. And I just want to touch base on that, because if we can get our kids talking to us at this age, that's why I'm focusing on teenagers. that if we get them talking and they understand that nothing's off the table, that we're open books, we're not perfect, we're gonna make mistakes along the way. You guys, when those important conversations are happening about all the things as a parent we're terrified, drugs, addiction, sex, you know, all of the hot, sensitive topics, anxiety, stress, mental health. When you have the small conversations today, the conversations that are going to matter are going to come to you and not Dr. Google.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Wow. And this is the difference. You know, when we invite people to attend these meetings, we say that this is networking with a difference. This is different than any other networking meeting. And I can put my hand in fire. Hello, David. So lovely to see you. That this is actually true, because we say those things when we advertise and market our meetings and our events. We say this is a different networking meeting, but I challenge you to come to me with a marketing and networking meeting that goes in detail like we do over here in Anchored in Love with RIMPAGE. So thank you to all of you for attending. Tanya, you had to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say another thing about Nicole and how she works with, you know, teenagers and all her different things. She also builds trust, which I think is so key. If you can build that trust like she does between, you know, the teenagers and the parents, I mean, you can go a long way.
Yes, yeah, indeed. Indeed, that connection is essential. And David, you were just in time to present. Tell us more. Tell us what you do, and tell us what is the vision and mission.
Well, my apologies for being late. I've been speaking on the phone to a gentleman called Scott. I think you all know him. And I've been speaking to Scott about a certain Nicole Grelecki. Actually, if your ears have been burning, I've been doing a bit of networking. So I can't share too much. Obviously, this is public, but Nicole, what I'd like to do after this is just, it's not for now, but it's something in the future where his audience would definitely benefit from hearing from you. Right. So what do I do?
We don't have a timer. Tell us about going beyond illusion. Tell us in your own words. What is the mission and who is the perfect candidate to introduce you to?
You're the perfect candidate. Here we go.
You already got me.
Right. Okay. Going beyond the illusion. Right. By the way, if anybody just want to like talk to me about this, it's no problem. So in any way, shape, or form. So it's where we've taken going beyond the illusion. It literally is taking business owners, coaches, going beyond the illusion where they are right now. And for many of them, Katerina, it's that they've got clients on board, or they're doing stuff right now, and they don't have the answers to where they go next. But a lot of them are handcuffed to their business where they just literally don't have the time, and they are sweating on finding the answers and sweating on finding the next client. Now, a lot of our clients that come in have already got clients, so they might be doing some one-to-one. So we've got quite a few therapists. So they've got quite a few clients here. And that's coming in, and they're managing that. And this is not exclusively for them, because Tonya will say, David, I'm not quite like that. And she's not. But a lot of people are, and they go, I'm juggling plates and spinning balls, trying to keep my head above water. I'm making some money. I'm making some decent money, but there's no wiggle room for me to be able to live my life. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a job for myself. And I've just written this down actually a few minutes ago when I was speaking to Scott. He said to me, I don't believe in hustle and grind. What I do believe in is having a focused energy where we can get a whole lot more done in just 1 hour. And there's loads of coaches out there that really need that right now. So what we do with them is we softly modify their business model. We don't say bring in funnels. We don't say bring in a new product. It's usually with most coaches, how can we slim down the sales and marketing time? How can we make the messaging really simple so we go into just a conversation where we don't need a discovery call, where we don't need to overcome objections, where our potential clients will go, well, that seems all right. How do I get started? Because if coaches were having conversations with people where their potential clients were going, well, that seems really cool. How do I get started? They just save loads of time immediately. And then if they can have more and more of those conversations and they go, well, we create a paid community. I've got 10 people in my paid community. I've got 30 people in my paid community. Maybe I've got 2,000. It doesn't matter. And then what they've got is they've got this paid community who become their apostles and disciples. Sorry for the religious thing, but I think it's a really good piece of terminology. Everybody gets it. And chomping at the bit to support them. And they go, hey, you know what? You want to go and join Patrick's group? It's really cool. Who's Patrick? Or you want to go and join Tonya because Tonya goes and does this and does this and does this, and we're going to have great fun. So they go out there and start referring you naturally.
Yes.
Because they just want to share with their friends, because whoever they are right now, they've got different versions of them. Because I know 8 other David Pauls, right? I just do. You just like how you know the same similar people to you. So we bring them in. And what happens is this. And Doran, our other client, one of our other clients said this the other night, said, what I really love about going beyond the illusion is I never, ever have to close a deal anymore, because they just join my group because they just want to. It's just a no-brainer. They're just paying $1 a day. And when they spend a few days in the group or a few weeks and they make a phone call. Doran, can I speak with you? Can I have your Calendly? Because I need to get on the phone with you. I want to do some one-to-one work with you. Do you have any availability? Doran said, and like the rest, they don't need to sell this. And so that's what going beyond the illusion is like in terms of a structure. And that's all an ego mental type thing. But really what it's about is about the impact we have coming from the heart. Because a lot of coaches, Katerina, we're told daily on social media and from the circles that we're operating in terms of the people who we look up to, that we need to charge what we're worth. And I absolutely think that's complete bullshit. We need to earn what we're worth. And what I mean by that is charging what you're worth. I don't know Antoine that well, who's on here, but I've listened to him a few times and we've had a few conversations. We've been in a few group chats. And I don't know what Antoine charges, but I know Antoine's worth an awful lot more because of all those years of experience. We get to a point where we actually really can't charge what we're worth. We really, really can't, because people won't pay it because they can't afford it and they don't have it. They don't see the reason why. But we can have 1,000 people in our group all paying us $1 a day, or even 100 people in our group all paying us $1 a day. And the beautiful thing about that, Katerina, is the impact we have. Because if we go out with that premise of let's charge what we're worth, what we're doing is we're is it to cutting our nose off to spite our face, or is it the spite? Yeah, it is that. That is the
yes.
Because this is about impact. We're coaches. We're here to help, heal, create transformation. So if we keep hiring our prices like that, there's a whole ton of people that will never, ever, ever, A, be able to afford it, or B, think that they can afford it because they've got certain limiting beliefs. But if we present the opportunity where we can say, look, I'm working with you in this group setting with 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 3, 4, 5 times a week, whatever it is, and it's only $1 a day, like, I can't even buy a packet of chewing gum for that. I think that was you, Patrick, that said that the other day. I can't even buy a packet of gum for that.
Yes.
So now it's in their home. So you might be working with Alice, and Alice, she's got 2 kids and a dog. And the dog gets to go on walkies more often. Why? Because the children are happier and not feeling so stressed. So therefore, they're happy to take the dog out on walkies. I'm being a bit frivolous. But the kids are happier. The home's happier. The people in the home, they leave the home and they go out into their social circles, into their places of work, into their places of school. What do they take with them? Do they take a frown? No, they take a smile. So you as a coach who's helping Alice, your client, who's only paying you $1 a day, and she feels more relieved, more refreshed, less anxiety, more positivity. This is spreading into her immediate family, and her immediate family take it outside.
Brilliant.
That's what Going Beyond the Illusion is about.
Excellent.
I can't put that into 2 minutes. We need to get a transcript. Get the transcript, put it into Chat GPT. Can you put this into a 2-minute thingy so I can do it with Anchored with Love and RIMPAGE? And Chat GPT comes up with, yeah, sure, I know who Anchored with Love are.
You nailed it. Patrick, you're muted if you wanted to add something here.
Yes, I was telling David, I'm so sorry. We muted you after 2 minutes, so you'll have to tell us that.
So if anybody's watching this, and I'm going to start with the 5 victims in here and the 6th victim. Right, Katerina, Patrick, I should have done ladies first, so I'll do it again. Antoine, Patrick. Katerina, Tanya, Nicole.
Oh, you'll pay for that one, buddy.
I know, I'll pay for it.
We're going to get you, David.
I know, it's going to cost me a fortune when you will come over here, I know that. But if you do know anybody, the best thing to do is just to create a conversation with me. And I'll tell them like this, and there's no sell. There can't be a sell. There really, really can't. I mean, we charge 3,000 a year or 900 for 3 months, but they can't be a sell. And the reason why they can't be a sell, and if anybody's watching this right now, is the right people in your group will bring the right energy.
Absolutely, 100%. Right.
If they're there was a great song, I can't remember who did it. It was about 15 years ago, about she was in a relationship and she was clinging on with the fingertips of the relationship. Who was that? English girl. Anyway, Kate, somebody, I get it. But if you're bringing somebody into your group or into your business that's clinging on to just mere survival in however they put it, and they're bringing in desperation and fear, and maybe they think it's a gamble and a risk, and they're putting all their eggs in one basket, we have to ask ourselves, is that the energy that we can afford to have in our business? Because if that's what we're bringing in right now, then, and I've done that, I have done that because I thought it was the right thing to do. I thought I could help them, and I wasn't. I was trying to rescue them, and we can't rescue anybody.
No.
So, hey, I think Nicole wanted to have some space rather than me. Sorry, Nicole.
You're
You're muted. Doesn't she look good in green?
She looks
Thank you.
fantastic in green. Yep.
If it's okay, David is one of my mentors, my personal mentors. And I was one of those business owners that was like trying to focus on doing all the right things, all the right systems, all the right emails, all the right, things. And honestly, I've been in there a little bit, but I feel like I've gotten so much closer to letting people know or being able to express myself as to what I really want to offer to my clients is the relationship and the connection and the support of the kind of business that I want. And the kind of business is like this group, is like his group, where it's very loving and supporting. And it's not like the systems aren't hard. It's not
mechanical.
We're basically stripping it all away, right? And really getting down to the core. And it's about nurturing the people and creating a community that feels easy, feels like every day, feels like I'm going to tap into this because it's now part of my life. And I'm choosing to be a better version of myself, to be a better version for me, my teenagers and my families. And honestly, I extend that straight out to my community. And I have learned that in developing this kind of a community that's just easy.
Yes.
And so that's what it has done for me.
Perfect. Lovely.
Thank
Tanya,
you.
please.
I want to say, well, I am working with Patrick, and as you can tell, my whole mission has shifted. But I wanted to also say that it's so nice being on here because I get to learn everybody's story and, who they are. And to me, I would buy a lot quicker. I mean, look at David got me in 2 calls. I mean, what the heck, but it's the openness, it's the honesty that really, pulls me in. And the more I'm learning about, granted, I don't have any children right now, but I have grandchildren. So even though I may not have anybody now for Patrick or Anton, just listening to everybody's story, it helps me develop my own so I can feel strong enough to speak out.
Well done for noticing that, and thank you for voicing it. David, can you say it in 30 seconds? I'm going to challenge you. Go ahead.
No, before you do that, can I present an idea to you?
Yes, go ahead.
How would you all feel if we all got on a Zoom and we
Mhm.
invited loads of people and we just called it how to better service our clients? We just did something free between us.
Between all of us. I
Yeah,
agree.
we have a panel, bring a few people in and what
Yeah.
have you not. We can just talk about our personal experiences. I mean, Tanya's
Because-
got more experiences from HR. It's awesome. And
It's
Nicole,
needed, isn't it? It's needed. Like we have opened up this platform for discussion, and look what happens here. This is supposed to be a networking meeting, but this is what happens because we are creating impact. We are actually helping people realize that they want to change for better in their lives.
so we can have
Their own reasons, right? In all these different areas.
anchored with anchored with illusions. That's perhaps not the right thing.
Right.
You gave me 30 seconds, right? The reason why you should not join Going Beyond the Illusion and actually pick the phone up to give me a call is because I'll listen to you about where you are in your coaching business. If I can't help you, I won't.
Yeah,
No,
brilliant.
the thing is, bring your problem to me. We'll have a chat about it. And if you can leave with something immediate, and if that even means that you don't work with me, that's perfectly fine. It's cool.
You said 6 David pools. Well, I only know
8.
only one, David. And I absolutely
It's
recommend
enough, right?
you, as
One's
I did.
enough.
Yeah.
One is enough.
It's like Head and Shoulders. Take shampoo and conditioner into the shower. Don't need 2, you just need 1, right?
Yes, exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. In speaking about going beyond the illusion, you have said what we all are doing. We are bringing refinement to something that already is there. RIMPAGE is bringing refinement to basketball, right? And if you want the highest quality of life, this is what you have to do. You have to go beyond the illusion. You have to go beyond what is obvious. You have to go beyond just having children and letting them do whatever they want, leaving them to their own devices. You have to be involved in their development. You have to follow their journey. If you have chosen to be a parent, you absolutely have that duty, but also privilege to do that, right? And if you have employees, you ought to do right by connecting them with the right people and bringing the right people into your organization, right? So this is everybody's story here, connected just in what I just said here. So if you think that you stand separate, that your business isn't part of the world, that you can affect your mission alone, that you don't need a network to succeed in your mission, you may be able to do that. But if you seek refinement and if you seek to bring the highest quality of service to your clients, then you need a network, and you need a network that cares and supports each other unconditionally, like we do here. David, please, what does it say there?
Well,
I couldn't read.
the first time you wrote it, then you just said, the first time you said it, then you said it again, bringing refinement, the highest quality of life. Rob and I right now, we are just adjusting our messaging slightly. And it's when you're at the coalface, I share this with all coaches, when you're trying to do this yourself, Rob, by the way, Rob and I, we are coaches. When you're at the coalface, it's sometimes difficult to see. It's quite often difficult to see. And then you get in front of that right person. This is why Anchored with Love is so important. Because today, here I am right now. I came in late, casually, ta-da, look at me. And then Katerina's talking about business and an advancement and drops out these most beautiful words that are really appropriate for me, my current clients, and my future clients, and probably all of you. Bringing in a refinement. This is not wholesale changes. And I mean, and in terms of my business name, you know, going beyond the illusion, you said going beyond what is obvious.
Yes.
And again, these are words that I need to be using in my business, but I could have walked to Bordeaux and back, which I know how long it takes me because I've done it. It's about 3 days, and lots of sore feet as well. Really is. Right, I walked to Spain, right? I was doing 50 kilometers. Yeah.
I need to hear those stories. Like I saw you cycle to Spain last year.
Well, cycling to Spain's easy because you can drink, right? I mean, but walking to Spain, you can't do that. But I can do that, walk all day long and not find those words. Those words exist in the ether. They exist in the universe, but they're not always present with you right now. And that's because they need to be presented by the right person at the right time. In this instance, it was Katerina. And it wasn't just for me. I think it's for all of us. We can all bring in refinement. And while we're all trying to go out there and look for perfection, oh, I want to get this right before I show it with people. No, let's refine it. Let's get out what we've got.
Yes.
Let's see how it works, and then we can start to refine it in the way. And that is how we're going to get to a place of highest quality of life, you also said.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well, we're going to package this call here as a invitation to that masterclass we just talked about. If you want to hear more, we're willing to give you an hour of our time to bring refinement to your business. If you're seeking refinement, if you want to offer higher quality of service, because you heard it also from many of people here, that when you bring quality to other people's lives, you also elevate your life's quality to another level. I can see all the heads nodding in agreement here, and I am not surprised. I'm so happy that you are all part of my life, because you enrich the quality of my life. And if I'm the average of 5 people I hang about, and I know, I am, you 5 are a great example of that. So I am doing amazingly well. Thank you so much for choosing to be here today and for choosing to share this. I have only asked you to participate with 2 minutes for telling us about your mission, but you have given me here your heart. I truly appreciate that, because your heart is in service of those who are following our footsteps. They need us. They need us to show up willing to give them all that we have without reservation, because we want Brady to have that opportunity. We want Brady to go all the way to the top, and now he can, because RIMPAGE is here to impact the world, right?
And I'm his trainer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And by the way, we are all RIMPAGE, right? So
Yeah.
I want to leave you just with that thought. And you, dear viewer, if you really want to connect with us, we are like this. When the curtains are closed, when the lights go off, when we are no longer live here, we are exactly as we are in front of you. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for being here. Bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. God knows what will happen next Friday.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
See you.